There's been plenty of moments. I think the earliest one that I can remember, which just stuck in my mind for a long time, was Peter, my cousin, and I were on a.
The complex dynamics within the British royal family have captivated the public for decades, revealing an intricate web of relationships shaped by tradition, personal ambition, and human emotion. At the center of one of the most debated family sagas lies the late Princess Diana, a figure beloved for her warmth, humanitarian efforts, and openness about the challenges she faced within the royal institution. Her untimely death in 1997 remains one of the most profound tragedies of modern royal history, a wound that continues to affect her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. Among the countless theories and narratives surrounding Diana's life and death, one recurrent thread is the role of Camilla Parker Bowles, now Queen Camilla, and how her presence in Diana's life fueled tension, betrayal, and heartbreak. Before we start, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more exclusive news. Prince William, now a mature and poised figure within the royal establishment, has long been seen as the steady hand guiding the monarchy into the future. Yet beneath his composed exterior lies a man deeply scarred by the events of his youth, especially the emotional turmoil inflicted by his parents' highly publicized marital discord. At the heart of this discord was Camilla, a figure synonymous with the breakdown of Charles and Diana's marriage. For William, the story of his family's unraveling is not merely one of media sensationalism. It is a deeply personal tragedy, with Camilla's role as his father's mistress casting a long shadow over his formative years. From William's perspective, Camilla was more than just a complicating factor in his parents' marriage. She represented an intrusion that undermined his mother's happiness, self-esteem, and ultimately, her safety. Diana herself famously spoke of her marriage as being crowded by three people, a reference to Charles's enduring relationship with Camilla even as he exchanged vows with Diana. For William, witnessing his mother's emotional pain during these years left an indelible mark, shaping his view of Camilla in ways that have persisted into adulthood. It was not merely the affair that scarred him, but its aftermath, the public scrutiny, his mother's isolation, and the seeming indifference of the establishment to her struggles. In William's eyes, Camilla's actions extended beyond the confines of a private affair. The consequences of her relationship with Charles reverberated far beyond the walls of the royal palaces, thrusting Diana into an unforgiving media spotlight that exacerbated her vulnerabilities. Diana's eventual separation from Charles, and later her efforts to rebuild her life, were continuously overshadowed by tabloid narratives that frequently positioned her as the unstable outsider in a royal family eager to move on. For William, the presence of Camilla in these narratives was impossible to ignore. Whether Camilla's role in Diana's life was intentional or circumstantial is a matter of interpretation. But for William, the pain inflicted on his mother could never be separated from Camilla's involvement. One of the most troubling implications of Camilla's presence in Diana's life was the way it compounded the dangers Diana faced as a public figure. Diana's openness about her struggles, including her battle with bulimia and her feelings of abandonment, made her both relatable and vulnerable. Her popularity soared, but so did the intensity of the scrutiny she endured. The press's relentless pursuit of Diana, which ultimately contributed to the tragic car crash in Paris, was inextricably linked to the public's fascination with her personal life. For William, it is not difficult to draw a line between the turmoil caused by Camilla's relationship with Charles and the escalating pressures that surrounded his mother in the years leading to her death. William's resentment towards Camilla is not rooted solely in personal loyalty to his mother. It also reflects a broader frustration with the royal institution's handling of the situation. After Diana's death, the monarchy faced significant public backlash, with many questioning its role in Diana's unhappiness and its ability to adapt to a modern era. William and Harry, though young, were thrust into the spotlight as symbols of both loss and continuity. While the royal family sought to rehabilitate its image, William's private grief remained intertwined with the unresolved tensions surrounding Camilla's integration into the royal fold. For William, the prospect of Camilla ascending to a prominent position within the monarchy, first as Duchess of Cornwall and later as Queen Consort, was laden with emotional and symbolic weight. It was not merely a matter of protocol or tradition. It was a stark reminder of the pain his mother endured In his eyes, Camilla's rise within the royal hierarchy seemed to erase or downplay the suffering that Diana experienced. The optics of Camilla assuming roles that might have been Diana's were deeply unsettling for William, reinforcing a narrative of replacement that he found difficult to reconcile with his memories of his mother. The narrative surrounding Camilla's role in Diana's life is complicated by the passage of time and the royal family's efforts to present a unified front. Over the years, Camilla has worked to cultivate an image as a supportive partner to Charles and a dedicated public figure in her own right. Yet for William, these efforts may feel insufficient in addressing the unresolved legacy of his mother's struggles. While the public may view Camilla through a lens of cautious acceptance, William's perspective is shaped by a much more intimate understanding of the cost of her actions. The implications of William's feelings toward Camilla extend beyond personal animosity. They touch on broader questions about legacy, memory, and justice. For William, preserving Diana's memory is not just a familial duty, but a moral imperative. His commitment to honoring her legacy through his own charitable work and public engagements is a testament to the enduring impact of her life and values. Yet this commitment is complicated by the presence of Camilla, whose association with the events that led to Diana's unhappiness remains a source of tension. William's perspective also underscores the difficulty of reconciling personal grief with public expectations. As a senior member of the royal family, he is expected to embody unity and stability, even when his private feelings may conflict with these ideals. The emotional weight of his mother's death, combined with his unresolved feelings toward Camilla, creates a delicate balancing act. On one hand, he must navigate the complexities of family relationships. On the other, he must project a sense of continuity and professionalism as a future king. The question of whether Camilla played a direct or indirect role in the events leading to Diana's death is, in many ways, less significant than the emotional truth of William's experience. For him, the pain of losing his mother is inseparable from the circumstances that made her life so difficult. While he may never publicly articulate the full extent of his feelings, his actions and decisions often speak volumes about the depth of his loyalty to Diana's memory. From his choice to include her in his milestones, such as his wedding and the naming of his children, to his emphasis on mental health advocacy, William's life is a testament to the enduring influence of his mother's values and struggles. At the heart of William's resentment toward Camilla is a profound sense of loss, not just of his mother, but of the stability and happiness that might have been. For William, the story of Diana's life and death is not just a chapter in royal history, it is a personal tragedy that continues to shape his worldview. The presence of Camilla in his life, both as a stepmother and as a public figure, is a constant reminder of the fragility of the ideals his mother embodied. Whether or not Camilla intended to play a role in Diana's unhappiness, her involvement in the events of that era is, for William, an undeniable part of the story. The implications of William's feelings toward Camilla extend far beyond the royal family. They speak to the challenges of navigating grief, loyalty, and forgiveness in a highly public context. For William, the process of coming to terms with his mother's death is complicated by the ongoing presence of figures and narratives that keep the past alive. While he has demonstrated remarkable resilience and maturity in his public life, the emotional scars of his youth remain a powerful force in shaping his identity and values. William's relationship with Camilla is emblematic of the broader tensions within the royal family, where personal relationships often intersect with public expectations. For William, the challenge of balancing these dynamics is compounded by the weight of his mother's legacy and the unresolved questions surrounding her death. While he may never openly express the full extent of his feelings, the emotional undercurrents of his story are evident in the way he navigates his role within the monarchy and his commitment to preserving Diana's memory. The story of Prince William's feelings toward Queen Camilla is ultimately a story of love, loss, and the enduring impact of family dynamics. It is a testament to the complexity of human relationships and the ways in which personal pain can intersect with public life. For William, the shadow of his mother's death looms large, shaping his perspective on the events of the past and the challenges of the present. As he continues to chart his path as a future king, the legacy of Diana's life and death will remain a defining force in his journey, offering both inspiration and a poignant reminder of the complexities of family, loyalty, and forgiveness. The intricate web of royal family relationships continues to captivate global audiences, but few narratives have been as compelling or emotionally charged as the triangle of Prince Charles, Princess Diana, and Camilla Parker Bowles. While Prince William has grown into a respected figure within the royal framework, his formative years were undeniably shaped by the turbulence surrounding his parents' tumultuous marriage and the events that followed. His resentment toward Queen Camilla, rooted in personal loss and betrayal, serves as an emotional cornerstone in this ongoing saga. As we delve further into the implications of this complex relationship, new dimensions emerge, shedding light on how these experiences influenced William's life, values, and role within the royal family. Camilla's relationship with Charles, once a private affair, became a public spectacle as the media unraveled the cracks in Diana's marriage. For William, this betrayal wasn't an abstract story confined to tabloid pages. It played out in real time within the walls of his childhood homes, shattering his sense of security. The early 1990s saw explosive revelations, including Diana's admission in a now famous interview that Charles's affair with Camilla had devastated her. For William, who was just stepping into adolescence, these revelations turned private grief into a public ordeal. He was no longer just a son mourning his parents' separation. He was a symbol of a broken royal family, scrutinized by millions. This dynamic thrust him into an emotional maelstrom, one from which his opinion of Camilla would emerge firmly rooted in anger and sorrow. A particularly painful aspect of William's experience was the way his mother's suffering was magnified by an unsympathetic media and an institution more focused on preserving its image than protecting its most vulnerable members. Diana's pain was often dismissed or weaponized, framed in a way that undermined her humanity and agency. William, as a young boy, saw firsthand how his mother was systematically alienated, and he understood intuitively that Camilla was not merely a passive player in this narrative. From his perspective, her presence not only jeopardized his parents' marriage, but also contributed to the relentless pressures that surrounded his mother until her untimely death. While public narratives often attempt to cast figures in black and white terms, the reality of William's feelings toward Camilla is far more layered. He does not view her simply as the other woman in his father's life, but as a symbol of the systemic failures that allowed his mother to suffer. These failures extended beyond personal betrayal. They encompassed a larger indifference by the monarchy to the emotional well-being of its members. For William, Camilla's eventual acceptance into the royal family was not just a bitter pill to swallow. It represented an institutional disregard for his mother's pain and legacy. This perception only deepened his sense of alienation from the very institution he is expected to one day lead. The royal family's decision to rehabilitate Camilla's public image after Diana's death further compounded William's difficulties. For years, the monarchy worked tirelessly to recast Camilla as a dutiful partner to Charles and a loyal servant to the crown. This transformation required a delicate balancing act, acknowledging past mistakes while steering public sentiment toward acceptance. For William, however, these efforts often felt like a betrayal of Diana's memory. Camilla's increasing prominence within the royal family, culminating in her recognition as queen consort, stood in stark contrast to the injustices and isolation Diana endured. Every step of Camilla's rise served as a painful reminder of the unresolved grief that continued to shape William's life. This emotional burden was particularly acute during key milestones in William's life. When he married Catherine Middleton in 2011, the world celebrated a union that seemed to embody stability and genuine affection. Yet behind the joy of the occasion lay a deeper narrative, the conspicuous absence of his mother, whose legacy loomed large over the ceremony. Diana's memory was honored in symbolic gestures, from the choice of flowers to the inclusion of her sapphire engagement ring, but the presence of Camilla at the event was an unavoidable reminder of the complicated history that had brought the family to that moment. For William, navigating these mixed emotions while under intense public scrutiny was a formidable challenge, one that revealed the extent to which his past continued to influence his present. One of the most significant ways William's feelings toward Camilla manifest is through his dedication to preserving his mother's legacy. Diana's humanitarian efforts, from her work with landmine victims to her advocacy for HIV/AIDS awareness, left an indelible mark on the world. For William, these efforts represent the best of what his mother stood for, and he has made it a personal mission to continue her work in his own life. Whether through his initiatives in mental health awareness or his efforts to combat homelessness, William consistently aligns himself with causes that echo his mother's values. Yet this commitment also underscores the tension he feels about Camilla's position in the royal narrative. For William, the integration of Camilla into the royal fold can sometimes seem like a rewriting of history, one that risks diminishing Diana's contributions and the sacrifices she made. The psychological impact of William's childhood experiences is evident not only in his public actions, but also in his personal relationships. As a father, he has been vocal about the importance of providing his children with a sense of normalcy and emotional security, values that were often absent during his own upbringing. His approach to parenting reflects a conscious effort to break the cycle of dysfunction that defined his parents' marriage. Yet even as he builds a family life grounded in stability and love, the unresolved tensions of his past remain a poignant undercurrent. The presence of Camilla in his children's lives, while outwardly cordial, is a reminder of the complex legacy he must navigate as both a son and a father. One of the most challenging aspects of William's relationship with Camilla is the need to balance personal feelings with public duty. As a future king, he is expected to embody the ideals of unity and reconciliation, even when his private emotions may conflict with these expectations. This duality requires immense emotional discipline, as William must navigate the delicate dynamics of a blended royal family while maintaining the public's trust. His interactions with Camilla, though often cordial, are likely influenced by this need for diplomacy. While he may harbor deep-seated resentment, his role as a leader demands that he prioritize the stability of the monarchy over his personal grievances. The implications of William's feelings toward Camilla extend far beyond their individual relationship. They highlight the broader challenges of modern monarchy, where tradition and personal relationships often collide. For William, reconciling his loyalty to Diana with his responsibilities as a future king is an ongoing struggle, one that speaks to the evolving nature of the royal family. In an era where public figures are increasingly expected to be transparent about their emotions, William's experience offers a compelling example of the tension between personal authenticity and public duty. Another dimension to consider is the generational shift that William represents within the monarchy. Unlike previous generations, he has been shaped by an era of heightened media scrutiny and public accountability. This context has influenced his approach to leadership, making him more attuned to the need for emotional intelligence and relatability. Yet it also places him in a unique position with regard to Camilla. While he may respect her role within the institution, his feelings toward her are inevitably shaped by the cultural and emotional values of his generation. For William, authenticity and loyalty are paramount, and his unresolved feelings toward Camilla reflect a deep-seated belief that certain wounds cannot simply be papered over for the sake of appearances. The complexities of William's relationship with Camilla also underscore the lasting impact of Diana's death on the royal family as a whole. Her passing was not merely a personal tragedy, it was a seismic event that reshaped the monarchy's relationship with the public. For William, the lessons of that period are deeply ingrained. He understands the importance of maintaining public trust and the dangers of repeating the mistakes that led to his mother's unhappiness. Yet this awareness also creates a sense of responsibility to ensure that Diana's legacy is not overshadowed by efforts to rehabilitate Camilla's image. This dual commitment to the monarchy and to his mother defines much of William's approach to his role and his relationships. One of the most poignant aspects of this narrative is the way it highlights the enduring power of memory in shaping identity. For William, Diana's influence is not confined to the past. It continues to guide his decisions, values, and aspirations. His feelings toward Camilla, while rooted in historical events, are also a reflection of this ongoing connection to his mother. Every milestone in his life, from his marriage to the birth of his children, is imbued with the presence of Diana's memory. This enduring bond serves as both a source of strength and a reminder of the losses he has endured. As William looks toward the future, the challenges of reconciling his past with his responsibilities will continue to shape his journey. The presence of Camilla within the royal family, while symbolically significant, is ultimately one aspect of a much larger narrative. For William, The true test lies in his ability to honor his mother's legacy while forging a path that reflects his own values and vision for the monarchy. This journey is not without its complexities, but it is one that speaks to the resilience and depth of character that have come to define him. In many ways, the story of William and Camilla is a microcosm of the broader tensions that define the modern monarchy. It is a story of love and loss, of loyalty and betrayal, of tradition and change. For William, the pain of his past is an inseparable part of his identity, one that continues to shape his relationships and his role within the royal family. Yet it is also a source of strength, a reminder of the values he holds dear and the legacy he is determined to preserve. As the years go by, the relationship between William and Camilla will undoubtedly continue to evolve, shaped by the demands of their roles and the passage of time. Yet the emotional undercurrents that define their story will remain a powerful testament to the complexities of family, loyalty, and forgiveness. For William, the journey toward reconciliation is not just about coming to terms with the past. It is about finding a way to honor his mother's memory while embracing the responsibilities of the future. This delicate balancing act is one that will define his legacy as a leader, a son, and a custodian of the royal family's history. Prince William's emotional journey regarding Queen Camilla is deeply entwined with the complexities of loss, betrayal, and evolving family dynamics. His feelings are not merely shaped by personal grievances, but by a broader understanding of the context surrounding his mother, Princess Diana's struggles. Examining this deeply personal story further reveals its impact on William's psyche, his relationships, and the monarchy itself. As we delve even deeper into this subject, new dimensions emerge that shed light on the lasting ramifications of these events for William's personal and public life. For William, the psychological wounds inflicted during his formative years were far-reaching, and they shaped his worldview in ways that continue to affect his role as a public figure. The betrayal of trust within his family created a fractured sense of stability that no amount of royal pomp or institutional ceremony could repair. Diana's struggles and the public dissection of her pain were not abstract tragedies for him, they were lived experiences. Camilla's relationship with Charles, perceived by William as the catalyst for much of this turmoil, became a symbol of that instability. This reality underscored a unique dichotomy in William's life. His role demanded he uphold and protect the monarchy, yet his personal experience made him intimately aware of its flaws and the emotional toll it could exact on its members. One often overlooked aspect of this dynamic is how it shaped William's relationship with his younger brother, Prince Harry. The two brothers were bound by shared trauma and the memory of their mother. Yet their responses to that trauma diverged significantly as they grew older. While Harry openly rebelled against the royal institution in part due to his unresolved grief, William chose a more measured path, channeling his emotions into a sense of duty. However, Camilla's growing prominence within the royal family presented a point of contention. For Harry, Camilla's ascent might have felt like a betrayal of Diana's memory, while William, though deeply resentful, was constrained by his role as the future king. This divergence in how the brothers processed their shared pain added another layer of complexity to their relationship, ultimately contributing to the well-documented rift between them. The monarchy's decision to rehabilitate Camilla's image after Diana's death was a calculated move designed to secure the institution's stability. However, this rehabilitation effort came at a personal cost to William. Camilla's transformation from the other woman to a queenly figure required the narrative surrounding Diana to shift subtly, sometimes diminishing the struggles she endured to present a more palatable version of events. This recalibration of history was deeply unsettling for William, who viewed it as a disservice to his mother's legacy. It also reflected the monarchy's willingness to prioritize institutional survival over individual truths, a reality that William likely understood intellectually, but struggled to accept emotionally. William's role as a mediator between his private pain and public responsibilities was further tested during significant royal events that brought him into closer proximity to Camilla. These moments required him to navigate a complex emotional landscape while maintaining the outward appearance of unity. For example, during Charles and Camilla's wedding in 2005, William's presence was both a symbolic gesture of acceptance and an emotional ordeal. The wedding, while a joyous occasion for some, was fraught with meaning for William, as it formalized a union that he associated with his mother's unhappiness. His ability to participate in such events without publicly airing his grievances speaks to the immense discipline and self-control he has cultivated over the years. Another key factor in William's relationship with Camilla is the generational and cultural shift in attitudes toward accountability and transparency. Diana was celebrated for her openness about her personal struggles, which marked a departure from the monarchy's traditionally stoic approach. For William, this openness became a core value, one he has embraced in his own public life. Yet Camilla's integration into the royal family, with its emphasis on moving past old wounds without fully addressing them, stands in stark contrast to this ethos. William's adherence to his mother's values has likely deepened his unease with how Camilla's narrative has been reframed over time. He remains committed to the idea that his mother's voice and experiences should not be overshadowed, a belief that continues to influence his decisions and priorities. A pivotal aspect of this story is the way it has shaped William's approach to his own marriage and family life. His union with Catherine Middleton is often held up as a model of stability and partnership, a deliberate contrast to the turmoil of his parents' marriage. For William, building a strong and supportive family has been both a personal goal and a response to the dysfunction he witnessed as a child. The presence of Camilla in his life, while outwardly cordial, serves as a reminder of the challenges he is determined to avoid in his own family. He is acutely aware of the importance of emotional security for his children, and he strives to create an environment that shields them from the kind of pain and instability he endured. William's relationship with Camilla also raises broader questions about the nature of forgiveness and reconciliation. While the monarchy has made strides to present a united front, William's personal journey reflects the complexity of these processes. Forgiveness in this context is not a singular event, but an ongoing negotiation between past grievances and present realities. For William, accepting Camilla's role within the royal family does not necessarily equate to forgetting the pain her relationship with Charles caused his mother. Instead, it represents a pragmatic acknowledgement of the need to balance personal feelings with the demands of his position. Another significant consideration is the impact of public perception on William's feelings toward Camilla. The British public's relationship with Camilla has evolved over the years, moving from outright hostility to reluctant acceptance. Yet for William, this shift may feel disconnected from his own emotional reality. While the public's views are shaped by media narratives and royal messaging, William's perspective is rooted in personal experience. This divergence highlights the tension between the monarchy's efforts to manage public opinion and the private emotions of its members. For William, reconciling these two realities is an ongoing challenge, one that underscores the unique pressures faced by those born into royal life. William's dedication to honoring Diana's legacy is evident not only in his public work, but also in the ways he incorporates her memory into his personal life. His children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, carry Diana's legacy forward, not just through their names, but through the values William instills in them. He has often spoken about the importance of ensuring his children know who their grandmother was and what she stood for. This emphasis on preserving Diana's memory serves as both a tribute to her and a subtle resistance to the narratives that seek to diminish her role in royal history. In this context, Camilla's presence in the family presents a delicate balancing act, as William must navigate the complexities of his own feelings while ensuring his children grow up with a clear understanding of their grandmother's significance. The broader implications of William's feelings toward Camilla extend to the future of the monarchy itself. As the institution evolves in response to changing societal expectations, William's experiences and values will likely influence the way he approaches his role as king. His commitment to transparency, emotional authenticity, and public service reflects a modern vision of monarchy, one that seeks to bridge the gap between tradition and contemporary values. However, the unresolved tensions surrounding Camilla highlight the challenges of this transition. For William, the path forward requires balancing his personal convictions with the demands of a role that often prioritizes pragmatism over principle. As we look ahead, the story of William and Camilla serves as a poignant reminder of the enduring impact of familial relationships on public figures. William's journey is not just a story of grief and resentment, but also one of resilience and growth. He has taken the pain of his past and used it to shape a vision of leadership rooted in empathy and integrity. Yet the complexities of his relationship with Camilla remain a testament to the challenges of reconciling personal history with public responsibility. The emotional weight of Diana's legacy will continue to shape William's life in profound ways, influencing his relationships, his priorities, and his vision for the future. Camilla's presence in this narrative is both a complicating factor and a catalyst for reflection, forcing William to confront the complexities of forgiveness, loyalty, and institutional responsibility. As he navigates these challenges, his ability to honor his mother's memory while embracing the realities of his role will define his legacy as a leader and as a son. William's story is one of transformation. He has taken the lessons of his past and used them to build a life and a vision that reflect his deepest values. Yet the unresolved tensions surrounding Camilla serve as a reminder of the complexities that come with balancing personal emotion and public duty. For William, this journey is far from over, and it is one that will continue to evolve as he steps into his future role as king. His ability to navigate these challenges with grace and authenticity will not only shape his legacy, but also define the future of the British monarchy. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us? What are your thoughts on Prince William's feelings toward Queen Camilla? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.